Continuous City is the story of the launch of a website, but instead of being seen from a strictly business standpoint, you see those who are affected by the launch as well as those working for the company who are launching it. So you've got this character of Mike DeVries. He is an urban anthropologist, and he works for JV, who is the CEO of XUBU. And Mike has been hired to go across the world gathering information and gathering opinions, not just about social networking and the idea of social networking sites, but also just in general how people stay in touch with their families, how young people, old people of all different classes and races communicate with those they love that are either far away or even close by.
I remember at breakfast we were talking about Venice and Marco Polo and how that related to, you know, all this contemporary writing and study about urban landscapes and psychogeography and the whole, you know, like melding and morphing of cities. So for me, that was the more interesting theoretical aspect of it. And then I think we really got into Marco Polo for a long time, and we were trying to figure out ways to make that like a fable, really. We took that fable and that became the father moving around the world.
Mike communicates with JV about his progress through video messaging, and with his daughter as well, who is probably 8 or so in the show. He communicates with her with video messaging, and also interact with her, not just talking, but they play a game of hide and seek with a camera from 3,000 miles away, and that's actually a really touching kind of scene in the performance.
I think, okay, I tried to sell James on the idea by bringing up Calvino, Invisible Cities. You know, there's a beautiful part in that novel at the end where he talks about Los Angeles and Tokyo as being a networked space, a kind of networked city, as opposed to the more holistic space of someplace like Venice, which is, you know, a lot of fantasies reside in that space, but it's still one city. And I think what Calvino was saying is these cities are spreading and spreading, and there's no edge to them. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think right. I think part of the idea there too is that that Venice contains like the dream, you know, that is all cities. You know, that it has the seed of every city in some aspect of it, in this dreamlike way. So, you know, we're just taking that and then overlaying the idea of the network of not being present in any one city at any one time, but being connected and present in multiple places at the same time, and just saying, yeah, it is all one city. So that was when we realized that we had to make the screens appear and disappear, and then that kind of coalesced into that idea of the network, that the network would just be the way that the world reconfigured itself around a character depending on the situation.
The Buddha Association, who created the piece, they developed a website that is going to work in conjunction with the performance of Continuous City, and it's the site for XUBU. I mean, the entire performance is a conceit that this social networking site is about to launch. So, in the real world, XUBU exists as a site that you can go to and record a 30-second video that you can send to your family. What does home mean to you? How is it like being apart from people you love, that kind of stuff. And we set up XUBU hubs at a couple of key locations around campus. We set them up in the Campus Y and in the Global Ed Center. And they will incorporate some of these videos into the performance. So if you record a video, go to the performance, you might see yourself on a gigantic screen on the Memorial Hall stage where talking about home and talking about your ideas of home.